Today, we're hanging out with Jay from StreetGeeks.
NERDSoul.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing in StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, it's another episode of course, Rare Air. This guy right here has something in his mind we're going to talk about today. I have no idea. But before we get started, introduce yourself.
My name is Jay Sherer. I'm from the StreetGeeks podcast. I'm also the executive director of the Reclamation Society.
Cool.
So we dig deep into all kinds of geek stuff.
Yeah,
all
I've
the
been
time.
on his
You've done
stuff.
it. Yeah,
I've been on his stuff. We go real deep.
Yeah, it's awesome. We have a lot of fun. We also produce our own works, so you can actually go watch our Star Wars fan film on our Reclamation Society channel. YouTube.com/The Reclamation Society. We have a Star Wars fan film out there. Got new stuff coming out soon. So, or go to our YouTube channel /The StoryGeeks. Or
yeah, and watch all the crazy
StoryGeeks.
live streams.
That's right, all the crazy live streams. Plus, we've got podcasts. Just search for the StoryGeeks, and we're there.
Cool. So, we're gonna get started. I have no idea. What's the show about today?
So, I talk all the time about really deep stuff. I talk all the time about spirituality. I talk all the time about comic books. I talk all the time about story. But you know what I'd never talk about?
What?
Travel.
Wow.
So today, let's talk about travel. Because I know you travel across the country even to be here.
Yeah. So are we talking about the trials and tribulations of travel, or just the fun?
All of the above. All of the above.
Travel is fun. Travel is fun. I enjoy going to different places. I've been fortunate enough to go overseas before. So I've been to the UK twice.
What?
And then like all up and down the East Coast, Chicago, which is my favorite city. Shout out to Chicago, but I can't take the snow. It's too cold. Too much cold.
I have the same problem.
So how about you? Where have you been?
So I love to travel, but I also hate to travel. So here's the thing.
You hate the process.
I hate the process. In fact, I was driving out here, and I'm driving on the 405 just to come up here and meet at this awesome store. And I see this giant 747 just coming in over the 405. And the thing is, I have this like fascination with planes, but I'm also kind of semi-terrified of them, dude.
Yeah, because when you think about it, it's like, we're in the air.
In a tiny little tube.
Yeah,
it's
like,
no good.
If this goes down.
I've had it go down a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yes. So we can get into that if you want to. So,
yes, in a second we'll get into that.
But so I love travel. And I love being in new places. But I also find flying super stressful. But I have also been fortunate to be overseas. But I haven't probably been to as many places on the East Coast as you have.
Okay, so where in like overseas have you been?
So overseas, I've been to China. I've been to Qingdao, China, and I've been to Beijing. I've been to same trip, but I just got to see a couple cities.
And for what? Was it for business? Or
no, it's for a missions trip. I was up there for a mission trip.
Okay,
yeah, it was crazy.
So you were doing some work over there, actually doing good, trying to make a difference.
Trying to.
Instead of just hanging out.
Honestly, I got out there, I'm like, I'm worthless in this scenario. Like, what am I doing? I mean, I did some work, I did some help, I was trying to help out, but I didn't know how to speak the language. I didn't know. I mean, it was a challenge. There was these kids. We were working in an orphanage, and it was an orphanage that was actually because it's different. It's a little different in China. At least when I was there, this is back in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about 10 years, approximately.
Yeah, 10, 11 years. And right before the Olympics in Beijing.
Okay.
And it's a little different because we have like pretty sophisticated systems comparatively. I know we could use a lot of work on our systems too, but in the States we have pretty sophisticated systems for handling children who are abandoned.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It's not the best. We don't have the best system. I'm not saying that.
But there's some more organization.
There's more organization. So like we go to work at this orphanage where basically all the kids were just abandoned, whether for mental health issues or for physical problems, because that was like there was a social stigma, at least at that time. In some of the lower income places especially, like they didn't want those kind of kids, and so we went to work there.
Okay.
So I've been there. The kids are amazing, like amazing kids. Like you're just like super, yeah. I also went to out there. I went to this full-on crazy, terrifying version of Disneyland. Dude, they have these rides that were so scary because it was like basically go to your like like your hometown carnival, but like
Oh,
no regulations.
So you're like, look, I've been in a carnival before. I've been those rides with the swings. Where
Oh,
you get
yes,
on,
yes,
and
yes,
you
yes.
like the
Yeah,
swing.
yeah,
It like
yeah.
swings you in the swing. And I remember going so fast in one of those, and I was like, "There's no way that this is.
Not good.
There's no way this is regulation speed." Because I felt
funny.
I was like, because the swings were almost like literally like sideways. Because you know how it swings you around slow, and you know the arm is kind of like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Our arm was like literally, and I was like,
way.
it was fun, but then a thought hit me like, I feel like we're going real fast.
Yeah, going a little too fast. Yeah, they had this one ride, and this guy was operating this ride, and he was wearing jean shorts and no shirt, and the ride was
Real
one of those,
relaxed.
Like, yeah, real relaxed, and there was no dress code, like, but there's this like it's like one of these these ship deals.
Oh yeah. If you're from Virginia and King's Dominion, we have one called the Berserker.
Oh,
Everybody
nice.
loses their chain, cell phones.
I think
and
that was
stuff.
the name of the guy operating this ride. But this guy, he would just as the ride would start to slow down a little bit, he would jump onto it and like just hold on and then be like, okay, now you kids, like, you need to get out now or whatever. And it was terrifying. Anyways,
Wow.
that was a little bit of my experience in China. So I've been to China.
Okay.
I've been to Dominican Republic.
Okay.
Dominican Republic. So China, the problem with China is that I felt very like communication was so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
People, and it was so like there was this division. If I was walking down the street, people would like kind of just like look at you or like try to avoid you.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you wave to them, they get the biggest smiles on their face. They wave back. It's like they're super friendly. But there was definitely like a social cue of like
Okay, like waiting to see what you do first.
exactly.
Okay.
Like opposite in the Dominican. In the Dominican, everyone's like, "What's up?" You know,
Yeah.
like it's like totally different. So that was fun too. I was on a mission trip to the Dominican as well. Met some really, really, really cool people in the Dominican. Really liked
Right.
being in the Dominican. And then that was in 2008.
Okay.
So the China trip might have been earlier. That might have been like 2005 or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, so I've been to Dominican, been to England,
Okay.
so UK. I've been to, and then I went. I was really fortunate. I got to go on a family cruise around the Mediterranean.
Oh, okay, cool. So you've been
Saw a few places there.
You gotta see, because I'm going to be flying out soon. I'm going to be flying out this week coming up, and it's just the process.
It's
like
the process,
the
man.
lines, and you gotta like get half naked, and people gotta like check you for your belt buckle or something.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like all this stuff, and it's like I just want to get on the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to go.
See, me, I always want to get off the plane.
It's like I just want to go.
I just don't want to have anything to do with it.
Like the lines and all
Where are you
the
going?
craziness. I'm going to Virginia.
Oh,
so I'll be
cool.
going back home.
Cool,
But
cool.
see, when I was in the UK, I went to London twice.
Oh,
and
nice.
what I liked was seeing just how different the culture is there.
Yeah.
Like, because London is kind of set up like New York, but it's so different because they have such a different they have people from like North Africa come in, people
Yeah.
from like the Middle East come
Yep.
in. So it's like much different as far as the cultures that are there.
For sure.
But very cool. And then, of course, the second they hear you, they're like, "Oh, you're from America."
That's right.
And it's like they just want to run down like every American reference, anything that regards hip hop or
Yeah.
anything. And it's funny because you see what we have on TV there,
Yeah.
and they're playing like Maury Povich and stuff, and
They are?
they're playing like they're
This is
playing
American TV.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
They're like, look at these guys. They're like fight. They're like wondering who the dad is, or they're like fighting. They have like Jerry Springer. I'm like, these are the worst shows to have. Like, we can't have better stuff. Like we're
funny.
giving them our worst stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so true. It's so true.
But
Meanwhile, they have, like, the
food was
BBC.
great. Food was amazing.
Oh, the food's
yeah,
good out
food was
there.
great. Loved it. I had never had kebab before I went over there. And then after that, it was like, now I'm just like let me get a chicken shish, some fries.
That's awesome.
I might get a lamb shish to go when I leave. Because it was just like so great. Because I was just like, what is this? And then like, like the bread or whatever and everything.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And I
That's
ate
great.
like a million of them.
Oh, it's awesome. Okay, so wait a minute. So you got to tell me a little bit more about Chicago. This is your favorite city.
Yes.
Why? What makes Chicago your favorite?
The public transportation is very just very well done. The way it lets you know each stop and the next 3 stops, like the audio and stuff.
Nice.
I like being able to ride past the game. Downtown, like at the Rush, is really cool. I also like the area around Northwestern University, I think.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a beach, but of course it's just a lake.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's real nice out there.
That's awesome.
Then you get to see kind of like the Cabrini Green area, which is the area that Good Times was based on, but they've taken those down. They like rebuilt them up. But
okay.
it's just a city where a lot of people are really cool. There is, of course, it's been, politicized that there is gang violence there.
Oh, right,
but
right.
I didn't experience it. And I went to, I was in Southside. I was, in all of these places where like normal people go. Because that's what, when I travel, and I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
When I travel, I like going where the people go.
Oh, totally.
Like I don't want to go like I was in London and they had like, Fridays there. I don't want to go to Fridays in London.
Dude.
I want to go to like a cool place where like like regular people go.
I've been.
Or like when I was in Miami, I want to go to like where people in Miami go, not like the touristy people, but just like regular folks.
Totally.
But then sometimes you might end up in some spots where you're like, I think this is too real.
So true story. What's up with the Fridays? Because the TGI Fridays are over. They are over everywhere in Europe.
They are doing a great job of marketing because they are everywhere.
It's crazy. So when I was in England, this is a while back. 'Cause I was pretty young. I haven't been back since. But I like trying local food. I like to try the different stuff. Even if I'm not gonna like it, I at least want to try it.
Yeah, go there and see.
You just gotta try it out. And like for example, at the time we were traveling with my family was traveling with my cousins and my aunt and uncle. And my cousins and my aunt and uncle,
they want nothing but like Fridays.
Exactly. They just want Fridays. And back then I was not as adventurous as I am now. So it's kind of like, okay, fine. I wanted to try the stuff, but it's kind of like, okay, I'll go along, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, we ended up eating at another Fridays, and I'm just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. There was a McDonald's. I'm like, why McDonald's? McDonald's is everywhere.
Dallas fried chicken is one of the funniest things that we saw in London, but it's good though. I was like, Dallas fried chicken? I was just like, I guess.
I ordered, my buddy and I, back to Beijing. We're in Beijing, and we're like, okay, we gotta eat somewhere. So we were looking for local food.
Okay.
People we were with, we're like, okay, we're just gonna go get the McDonald's. Like, we're hungry. But my buddy and I were like, we gotta try whatever the local thing is. So we're wandering around this big mall, and I had a lot of preconceived notions about what like Beijing and China was like. Is nothing.
Yeah,
because
you get Hollywood or you get like news clips or whatever, and you don't really see what normal people are doing.
They have like 125 cities that look like New York.
Wow.
I mean, it's like if you have some kind of preconceived notion of it, it's just different. Like you're driving around because you think like, oh, communism, and you think communism like everybody's the same. Like no, there's a dude driving around in a Mercedes Benz, and then there's some other dude driving around in some like.
It's kind of like we're a democratic society, but we're a republic or whatever, but we're like democratic socialists sort of. Because I mean, the fire department, it's a social program. You know what I'm saying? Like the police department. Parks, it's a social program. We all paid so you could go get on the swing. So I mean, it's like it's a mix.
So I had that preconceived notion of what it was, but we're in like the mall is like in a skyscraper, and it's crazy nice. Wow. Like it's crazy. So we're wandering around trying to find like local food, but the mall was getting ready to close. And so we're running out of options, and we're like, okay, this place. It was some like full on like. I don't know what it was called, the Western restaurant or something.
Oh, wow.
So we end up at one of these places. So we order pizza. We're like, pizza, that's fine. Like whatever.
Yeah, pizza's the same everywhere.
It's got to be the same. We'll get pizza.
Dough, sauce, cheese, cool.
The first time, and I think the only time I've ever had corn on a pizza.
Wow.
Like, why would you put this on there? But it's Western, I guess.
Yeah. This is the Southwestern pizza.
That's right.
With corn.
That's right. So that was weird. But I didn't get a chance to try a lot of the local food after that because at the orphanage we were staying at, they make dumplings and they make some of that kind of stuff. So, and some of the food I had in Beijing was amazing. So.
Cool. Well, I went when I was in Chinatown in London. I was at the Far East Film Festival for a couple of days.
Oh, awesome!
And they were at this big table. They're like, it's like a Wheel of Fortune wheel of like tons of food. Everybody, I don't even know who paid for all this food. Like, it's like, the cool thing is like, it's literally like Thanksgiving. Everybody gets there, but it's just Chinese food, and everybody's just spinning the table. You just get whatever you want. So I remember they had eel, and I was like, I don't know about that. And everybody was making fun of me. They were like, "No, what you gonna do? Go back to America and eat chicken nuggets or something?" And I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll eat some eel.
Eel is delicious, right?
When I ate it, I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
It was like they had like a spicy kind of barbecue thing, and I like spicy food. Not spicy with flavor, not spicy for the sake of being spicy.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was like, and I thought it was gonna be like the texture would be like, I guess, squishy, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was like
eel's awesome.
It was like very kind of like maybe like cod or something. It was more filling, like a more filling type of meat.
Yeah.
And it was really good. So it blew my mind, and everybody laughed, and we had a great time because it was like their whole restaurant is like huge, like circular tables, and like everybody just puts tons of food, and you just eat and
That's
just hang
cool,
out.
man.
And I was just like, wow, this is like Thanksgiving, but we're just hanging out. It was like 10 or 12 of us, and it was fun. But I had eel for the first time. I had some octopus, which is definitely not like eel, but it wasn't bad.
It was cooked octopus,
Yeah. But it wasn't bad.
No, it's not bad. It's just a little chewy.
Yeah, it's kind of chewy. Yeah, kind of, maybe not rubbery is not the word, but
kind of like, That's kind of good, yeah.
But it was still good. So, I like stuff like that. Or I'm still waiting to actually go to New Orleans because I want a shrimp po' boy from New Orleans. Because when I went to Chicago, I had tons of deep dish.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So, like, when I go somewhere, I want to get like that, something that's known from that place.
So where have you been in California?
California, I've only been in LA and San Diego.
LA, San Diego. So you got to go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
They call it like the most European city in the United States.
Okay, cool. And
friends
since I've been in
that live
LA,
up there.
my wife loves tacos.
Oh.
I'm not big on tacos.
You're not?
But now that because when I was growing up, all I knew about tacos was Taco Bell. And I know you guys are going to be like, that's a horrible representation. It's horrible.
It works when you need a taco, but it's not the best.
But that's all I know about tacos. And I was just like, I hate tacos. But I've had tacos since I've been here, and I'm like, much better.
So I have a pro tip for you. I know it's a little bit of a drive, because I live out in Orange County.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a drive. But there's a taco place out in Costa Mesa, which is not super close to me, but next time we're ever out and you're out my direction, we'll go down there.
All right.
It's called Taco Maria in Costa Mesa. The best tacos I've ever had.
Wow. All right,
amazing tacos.
Cool. All right. So see, that's
pro tip.
Pretty much, basically just go somewhere cool and eat like whatever's good there.
That's right.
So where have you been in the States?
I've been, I think, almost like more fortunate internationally than I have been in the States, because I've been to Dallas and Austin. Austin's cool.
Okay. Dallas is not cool.
I have a lot of friends that live in Dallas.
I feel like you're gonna say that Dallas is not cool.
I don't like it that much. I don't want to be too negative.
I've been to Dallas to connect flights, but I've never been in Dallas. So.
You know what? I might have had bad experiences.
Okay.
I had one of the van drivers that take you to the airport.
Yeah.
I was with my coworker, and the dude not only basically sexually harassed my coworker, but then also took a can, of soda. And because it was rattling around in the back. He's like, "What is that rattling around?" We're like, "Oh, it's this can of soda." He's like, "Can you pass it up to me?" We pass it up to him. Guy just takes it, chucks it out the window.
All right, that's hilarious. It's wrong, but that is funny. That's like something you see in a movie. See, Stranger Than Fiction, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's like, "Oh, you think he has like a bag in the front or something like that?" Right out the
chucks it out the window. So I had some bad experiences there. I also had some good experiences there. The people are awesome. People are super nice. Well, except for that guy. But the other people I met there were really fun. Austin, fantastic. Austin, great. My brother lives in Texas now. I haven't been out there to visit him yet because he was kind of recent. He moved. But I've been to Arizona, Tucson, and Phoenix. I've been to...
See, I've only been in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
It's a clean city.
Yeah, Tucson is too, man. They're both
It's a very clean city. Maybe people don't go outside because it's too hot.
That's
but I was like, it's very clean out here.
It's very clean. I've been to. My wife is from Albuquerque. So I've been back to Albuquerque.
All right, cool.
I've been up the coast. I've been to Washington, Oregon.
All right.
I've been to Nevada, but mostly just to go to Vegas.
See, I've never been to Vegas either.
Oh, you should try Vegas. You'd probably like Vegas.
Now, one place that has a soft spot in my heart is Orlando. Orlando, Florida. And we went on this magical trip. All right. My mom took my brother and I down to Disney World. But I was at the age where I want to say I was like 13. I might have been like 13 or 14. But we stayed at this hotel. Yeah. And this hotel that we stayed at had this very cute girl. We had like a little summer love for like 2 weeks because we were there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a long time too. It was a great little summer love. Yeah. And I had to leave, but I'll never forget, man. Never forget.
That is magical. Not just because of Disney.
Yeah.
Not just because of Disney.
Disney, they also had this like 5-story arcade where there was like, what? It was just great. It was like, it blew my mind. Like on one level, it was like skee ball and stuff like that. Yeah. Then one level, it was like racer games and stuff. Then one level, it was like Mortal Kombat and all that. It was, I had a ball. That's awesome. The biggest shrimp I've ever seen in my life at Universal Studios. Like I was like, is this like the dad shrimp? I'm like,
you can't call it shrimp anymore.
Like I'm like, have they been lying to us? All the shrimp they've been feeding? Like, because you know how you go some places and shrimp is like this big. You feel like it's like, is this like a 1-year-old shrimp? Like what is this? How like where do they get this guy from? Yeah. But the biggest shrimp I've ever seen, and amazing food all through Universal Studios and Disney World, but. It has a soft spot because it was a great summer love. So.
I have also been there. I've been to Orlando a couple times. My wife and I are big Disney parks fans.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been to any international parks because that's just cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
But been to New York, but for a really short period of time. Maine, Boston. I like Boston a lot.
Okay.
I was super surprised. I thought Maine would be like super chill, like cool people. Dude, I met some of the meanest people ever in Maine.
I want to go to Maine because I see those lobster rolls that they have compared to the ones that you get like here at a restaurant. I'm like, yo, I need to go there and get like a real lobster roll because it's like they're literally making like a I don't know, like a cheesesteak, but just with lobster, like super stuffed to the brim. Yeah. And now, of course, we know that's where like all the lobsters are in like North Atlantic. That's where they hang out, I guess. Yeah. But it's like you look at that compared to like what's at a restaurant here, and you're just like, why can't we get that? Why do I feel like I get like the appetizer version of that?
And what happens to it when they ship it from there to here?
Yeah,
like,
it like shrinks. It's like the sandwich is this big, and then it's like, ew. But so there, Atlanta, which I wouldn't mind living in Atlanta. I like Atlanta.
Atlanta? I was only in Atlanta once, and it was for a business trip, which is harder to get a feel for what the city's like.
Yeah, because business trip is like, you're very like, gotta go, gotta get to this conference or that conference or this meeting or whatever, and you don't really get to like have fun. Really.
Exactly.
You're stuck in the hotel.
And
basically.
That was like my experience in Dallas. Is mostly business.
So that might be why.
Yeah, that might be why.
So all right, cool. Are there any places that you haven't been that you want to go?
Oh, a lot. So I want to go to Japan real bad.
All right.
Japan would be awesome.
Yeah. For all the electronics that you can't bring back here.
Exactly.
Because I heard there's like this weird rule of like there's certain electronics that you can't bring back just because it's like, I guess they're like, it's too cool.
It's too advanced.
Yeah, it's like, it's too cool.
Yeah. You can't, no, because you gotta have to buy that robot a seat on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, I can't afford a seat on a plane, so fine.
Too bad.
Oh well.
I can't bring this like R2D2, then I just can't bring it.
I can't do it. Won't clear customs.
Yeah.
I would really, so my wife and I, the reason why I brought up travel, because I love travel, and I love to, like, I hate the process, but I love getting to the location. And my wife and I, for our 10-year anniversary next year, we're going to do, it's something that only old people do, but we're going to do it anyways. We're going to do a European river cruise. So we're going to cruise down like a river in Europe.
Okay.
The only reason why is because you can just see so much stuff. And so when we go, like for us, that's like a trip of like you only get a few of those a lifetime.
True.
Right?
Yeah, you got to
And
kind
so
of take advantage of those.
You got to see as many
opportunities.
places as you possibly can.
Yeah, because what I like to do is, and you know, I love seeing like the cool spots that people that live there go.
Yeah.
All of the Food Network places, I want to actually go there. You know what I mean? Like plot like a road trip out and just go all over the country. Be like, hey, remember that place? Write the name down, get the address, and like
we should do NERDSoul Story Geeks road trip.
Road trip and just go get food.
We'll go get food.
Cool
we'll
food.
sit at a table and we'll film ourselves talking about geek stuff.
Yeah,
all day.
That's actually that could be coming to an internet location near you, because that's the idea where I'm like, kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
like how much would the gas cost? Like we probably make that.
Some network could sponsor us.
Yeah, some network.
Somebody.
We'll get started on that now.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much what I like to do. Besides that, all of those places that you see in movies, like the Fiji in the mountains where it's like that big river. Those, like I want to go there. Just kind of like be like, oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Because now that I live in LA, there's a lot of places where like there's a TV show. I'm like, see,
That's right.
I know where that is. Or it's just I have family from New York. There'll be places in New York. I'm like, hey, I know where that is, and blah blah blah. So I want to do like those things. Like I've never been to the Grand Canyon. There's another one, but like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just go there and be like, this is nice. Oh well, I guess I'll go home.
You should go to the Grand Canyon because the Grand Canyon. So when I went with my mother-in-law and my father-in-law and my wife. And we hiked down in it like half day. Nothing serious. We're not like serious. We're not like crazy like that. But when you're down in that a little bit, it's insane, man. Wow. I highly recommend it. It's like one of those things, one of those experiences. Because my family, we didn't do a lot of. Both my parents were accountants, so they would do.
So it was very like one vacation here and there, and
it was very much like we planned. They were pretty good about like planning out vacations. They didn't take any time off. They saved it for the vacation.
Saved it for the
it was the one vacation. But we didn't do a lot of like national parks and stuff. We didn't do a lot of camping. Like we would just go to a place to experience the place, or we go to like relax somewhere or whatever. So I got to travel to some really cool places, but I didn't go to a lot of national parks, and I'd love to.
Okay, cool. And another one, I want to go on a cruise somewhere because I've never been on a cruise.
You've never been on a cruise?
My wife's been on, I believe, 2, and she was like, "Oh, you should go." And I'm like, "I don't know," because I was like, you see on the news they get stuck out there, and then people and they don't have no electricity, and like the Navy SEALs got to come save you and stuff, and it's like Coast Guard has to come and fish you out the water. Like I don't know, you remember like the little whatever the cruise got lost and the Navy SEALs had to get them. I don't know. Somebody had to, like Air Force or somebody had to go get them. They had to like scoop in and get them out.
There's the one that crashed off. What is it? Italy or something like that? They
there was one in
they ran to the ground.
Yeah.
What? What are you doing?
It's like I don't know if driving a boat is like super hard, but I mean, I figure these guys have like you go to school for it. You like learn.
Yeah, you assume.
I don't know, like boat pilot school. You learn these things, so you don't run into stuff.
I heard that what happened on that one is that the captain was trying to impress some lady by like showing her how the shoreline.
I'm gonna get on.
Whoops!
It's like this is when you turn around like.
That's right.
Did anybody see that? It's like, yes, we all saw that.
That's right.
But
it's the Titanic now.
It's like it's the Titanic. Like we all saw it. But cruise. Want to go on a cruise.
You gotta do that because we both live close enough to Long Beach, Port of Long Beach. There's a bunch of cruises that leave out of the Port of Long Beach. You can get pretty good deals.
Okay. And then just because I've seen it on TV tons of time, the big air balloon, like when they go like somewhere in wine country, you ride around in the air balloon and come back, the hot air balloon.
Like Temecula area.
Yeah, and you like
maybe Napa
float
too,
around.
up there.
You like float around a little bit, come back. That's cool. It'd be great. Cool. And like
so
that kind of cool
in
stuff.
Albuquerque, where my wife grew up, they have a balloon festival. And it's all those giant hot air balloons. And they have this, I guess there's this like natural thing that happens in the air patterns where it naturally goes in a big
where
circle,
it just
basically.
like the wind just blows you in a circle and brings you right back.
You just go up and so she's been in a hot air. I've never been in a hot air balloon. Wow. She's been in a hot air balloon.
So there's something else I like to do. But
that's cool.
That's pretty much how I get down when it comes to travel. Besides the stress of actually doing it, I like traveling.
When you came out here, did you do a cross country road trip or did you just
flew?
Okay.
Nah, I flew. I would like to do the cross country road trip because my dad drives truck. So, so we went. I rode with him one time, and we went as far as we were in Virginia. We went to like Kentucky, Tennessee, then up to like Illinois, back through like Philly, then New York, and then like down to Virginia. That's like awesome, that kind of like that area. But it is weird being in a truck so large, and then like on the side of a mountain. It's kind of it's scary at times.
It sounds like it, man.
It's very weird, but then like being so high, you can see like forever.
Yeah.
So especially in the Midwest where it gets flat, like Indiana is. When you're in Indiana, you can see to like the next state. It's just flat. Like,
so you've been to a lot of the different states over on the East Coast.
Yeah, in the East Coast, I've been in pretty much all the states until like after Kentucky or something. Then well, I haven't been to Vermont or Maine. So I haven't. Okay. So nothing past New York. So like no Massachusetts or anything like that. But New York, DC. Of course.
See, I've never been to DC.
I've
never been.
DC's an interesting city because it's very you have a lot of like lawyers and politicians.
Yeah.
But then you do have like this other culture of just regular people that are just like hanging out. So you have this weird clash of like the downtown area of DC that's like very political, and you have like that kind of spill out into like legal seafood area, like the wherever the Wizards play. I can't think of the name of the stadium right now. But then outside of it, like in Southeast DC or like Arlington, stuff like that, you have areas where there's just like normal people. Yeah. But there's a large community of Hispanic people out there. So you get a lot of like great a lot of great Colombian food, a lot of great Guatemalan food, like really weird, like all around DC. And I had a lot of Peruvian food out there too. I remember. All right, I'll say this. All right, there was this lady that ordered like a whole rotisserie chicken. Now this rotisserie chicken was great, right? It's like I can't remember, I want to say it was Peruvian like rotisserie chicken or something.
Yeah.
But my friend was like, "Yo, watch. When she go up there, she gonna order a whole chicken." I'm like, "Dude, she's not gonna order a whole." Like, yo, like people just don't order whole chickens, man. She ordered a whole chicken, and then ate it in front of her man that had like one piece of chicken, man. It's unfair. All right, share with your man or share with your woman. Don't be eating a whole chicken.
He just has a drumstick.
Yeah, he had just like a drumstick. He had like a drumstick and some rice, and that was it. I was just like. Shame, yo. Shame.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so a lot of like great random different communities of food around cool. DC, so that's fun. Then like Maryland, Baltimore, Delaware, which is like this big. Because if you're like driving to like, I used to drive to Philly, they'd be like, "Welcome to Delaware, welcome to Pennsylvania." It's like immediate. It's like right back to back.
Have you ever been to Connecticut?
No, never been to Connecticut.
Okay, because I haven't been to Connecticut either. And like, I knew somebody in college, and this girl I knew in college, and she goes, I'm like, "Where are you from?" She's like, "Connecticut." I'm like, what happens there? I have no idea.
Are you sure you're from
there? Is anybody from there?
I feel like you're making that up.
Exactly.
What street? You're like, what street? Then you like look online, you're trying to like find out, like, oh, it is a street. All right. Right. You've done your research.
That's right. So if you're from Connectitic, you gotta leave us a comment.
Yeah, leave us a comment if you're from Connecticut.
I don't believe it exists.
Oh man. Well, I think that's it.
That's it? Do you want me to tell you my horror story?
Oh yes.
Let me just tell you that. We'll close it out with the horror story.
Horror story.
Okay. So I'm like, I think I'm 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
My family's going on vacation. Same type of situation, meaning that it's my family, my mom and my dad, my two brothers and I, so 5 of us, my cousins, and my aunt and uncle. 5 of them. 5 of us, 5 of them.
Cool.
My mom had just been diagnosed like 2 weeks before that with stage 3 breast cancer. So it's already
kind of like
heightened anxiety.
Yeah.
Right? We go to LAX, flying out of LAX, flying to Hawaii. We show up at the place. We're flying on the airline's name is Leisure Air. It's not good, man. Don't fly on an airline named Leisure Air.
I feel like we're already in trouble.
We're in trouble. So
was the pilot in the robe or something? Just like hanging out like,
probably.
"Hey guys, about to fly.
That's right.
Might get there."
He's got a Bud Light. He's got a Bud Light.
Hey guys,
I need a co-pilot. Who wants to co-pilot?
You want to ride with us?
That's true. Oh, it's bad.
Don't even have tickets. They just let whoever wants. Anybody want to go to Hawaii? We're going.
Pretty much. Okay, so we get there, and the flight. We get there at 6:30 or maybe 7:30. The flight's supposed to take off at 9:30.
Cool.
Okay. We're still waiting. They're like, oh, it's delayed. Whatever. It's an hour. Okay, no. All of a sudden, it's 3 hours. So
wow.
12:30. We're like, what's going on? This is a 3-hour delay. Like, no worries. We're gonna get you on the plane. Just hang in there.
Yeah.
We're like, all right. 12:45. They put us on the plane. I get on the plane. There's a dude bolting a seat into the ground on this plane. I'm like, what is going on?
When somebody's cobbling together your plane,
It's no good. It is no good. So this guy's bolting down seats, and we're waiting for him to finish. Like, okay, fine. He finishes. He leaves. We sit there on the tarmac in the plane, fully loaded plane. Kid behind me is like playing with the stupid like tray table, right? It's
like
the
hitting your
worst.
bag.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
They run out of Coke and soda while we're on the tarmac. We haven't even taken off yet. They run out of Coke.
And Hawaii is a long flight. I've never been to Hawaii,
It's
but
like
I've been
5
told.
hours.
I've been told it's a long flight.
Yeah. So okay. So then imagine it's just like it's hot on the plane. We've been sitting there. 4:45 rolls around. We've been on it for 4 hours. We've been sitting on this plane. Almost the time it would have been to get to Hawaii.
Wow.
They're like, this lady stands up and is like, my husband's a pilot. This isn't supposed to happen. You need
What's
to let me
going
off
on?
this plane
Yeah.
because there's something wrong here.
Yeah, something's not right.
They go, no, everything's fine. We're going to take off now. Not good. So
No, everything is okay.
everything is bad.
Because we're still sitting here. So we've been sitting here for 4 hours.
For 4 hours. And they ran out of Coke. So, you know what happens when you run out of Coke? People go berserk.
People they're like, hey,
Yeah.
where the drinks?
What's wrong with this plane?
What's wrong with this plane? Where those little cookies go that y'all be getting?
That's right. Exactly. So we take off, and we're about 20 minutes out over the Pacific Ocean. And so far, so good, right?
Cool.
Like we took off. Like it's fine. 5 hours later, we'll be there. But mom has cancer. 4-hour delay. No Coke.
No Coke.
No Coke. And so we're 20 minutes out over the ocean. And all of a sudden, my aunt goes, what is going on? And we look out the window, and there's just this giant, like, plume of, like, mist coming out the ends of the tips of the airplanes.
Wow.
So we're like, what is that? My aunt's like, they're dumping fuel. And they were dumping fuel. And the pilot comes on, and he goes, really sorry, everybody. We have to turn around and do an emergency landing back at LAX because we have a fire warning light on engine number 2.
Why did I would have been happier if you just deplaned and we got on another plane.
Yes,
Like
please.
now we got to make a emergency landing.
Maybe it's a bad light. Maybe the engine's about to explode. I don't know.
But I've never seen mist coming out of the side.
You see
turbine
mist coming
thingies.
out. You see mist coming out.
Yeah, something's
That's no
not right.
good. So we land. Whole emergency crew is all there. Like whatever. You have to do the emergency landing drill. Honestly, I blocked. Some
Did
of
y'all
that out
slide?
Of my...
Did you get the slide?
No,
down?
we didn't get to slide.
Oh,
we didn't get to
man.
slide. I don't. Honestly, though, if you told me, if my parents came back and said like, yeah, we went and slid, I'd be like,
you wouldn't
I don't
remember.
know. I was
Yeah.
just like like you're already reacting to
Because you're already mad. You're just like mad and angry.
Exactly.
You're like, I just want to go home.
and you're terrified because you're like,
Well, yeah,
the
because
plane's about to explode.
Yeah.
Right? So get off the plane. It's not over yet. We get off the plane and they're like, okay, we're going to give you guys vouchers to go and get dinner. Okay? They give us vouchers. It includes...
I feel like this is going to get bad.
Dude, it gets worse. So everybody gets hammered. Everybody gets hammered with all of this stuff. Come back. They said, we're going to fly another plane in from San Francisco or something. Mm-hmm. Then we'll take you guys off to Hawaii. Everybody's hammered. All of the Leisure Air staff leave the area where they would board you on the plane. So all it is a bunch of angry, drunk people. Just like hanging out, right? This is no good.
Just stewing over this.
People are on the PA going, leisure air sucks. Leisure air sucks. In LAX.
Attica.
Yeah, crazy town. So Channel 9 news came down, local news came down.
Wow.
People were like, leisure air sucks, blah, blah, blah. And finally, they got us on a newer plane. I think we took off at like 12:45 at night.
Dang.
And somebody
So you
threw
lost
up on
the
the
whole
plane.
day.
Yeah, we lost an entire day. Got to Hawaii like 3 in the morning. And I'm now I cannot get on an airplane without close to having an anxiety attack. I love travel, but I cannot fly anymore.
Wow.
And my cousin, who's about my same age, she's a year younger than me. She and I, same problem. She has the same problem. She hates getting on planes too.
Wow.
So something about that age range and that experience, traumatic.
Wow. Okay. This is something. It wasn't traumatic, but it was funny.
Okay.
So I'm in the plane.
Yeah.
You know, you got to use the restroom. Everybody has to use the restroom. No big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go to the bathroom.
We're all human.
You go to the bathroom in the plane. I do too. No big deal. So I go in the bathroom. I'm like, look, I got to do a number one. No problem. Number one combo. Right coming right straight down the pipe. So I start.
Yeah.
We hit turbulence.
Oh no.
Pee everywhere. Pee is like all around, all on me, and then so I'm like, all right, well, I have to kind of like try to wipe
Clean
this
up.
up.
You got
Try to clean, like, yeah, I smell like pee for like the rest of the flight.
People in the seat, like,
and I
next
know
to
the
you.
people beside me were like,
What?
what's wrong with this guy?
He went to the restroom. Why did he come back?
Embarrassing. Look, hey, it happens, man. Just
totally
be careful.
happens.
Just be careful when you know what? Sit down. Just don't take any chances. Just sit down. That's
right.
The best thing I can say.
There you go. So here's the lessons learned from today's show.
Yes.
1, sit down if you're going to use the bathroom on a plane.
Yes.
Sit down.
Yes.
2, never fly any kind of leisure air kind of
If it's a cool name,
Yeah.
like, and Leisure Air probably just changed their names to like Spirit
Delta.
Airlines. Spirit is like the worst.
All I hear is
Guys, check an old podcast with Alexis Torres telling her Spirit Airlines story. Horrible story. But yeah.
Alexis still needs to come on our show, by the way.
Oh,
when you see her, you tell her
all
to
right,
come on
cool.
our show.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Megan's been on our show. Megan is awesome.
Megan's cool. Megan's very cool. So guys, hey, look, before we go, Jay, where can the wonderful people find you?
Head on over to thestorygeeks.com. Best place to look for all of our stuff. You can also, if you want to see some of our original works, head over to reclamationsociety.org. And if you search The Story Geeks on any social media, we'll pop up.
Great. And I am NERDSoul, NERDSoul, one word. You can Google it, YouTube, all that stuff. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you follow these guys. Check them out. They have some great live streams, just going deep on whether it's a character, storyline, whatever, and have yourself a good time. So from us to you, make sure you fly safe. And of course, peace.